Facebook. This is the live version of this one. Thank you for the 5 people that logged on today. I appreciate you guys for still rocking with me. At first we only had 2, now we got 5. Appreciate you guys for just rocking with me, taking y'all time out to watch me today. I appreciate you guys. Today episode on the first one for Facebook, we talked about the young child that was found outside of the Uptown apartment complex in Chicago, Illinois. Young child was found. They're not releasing the sex or the race of the child. It's just a young child, a newborn baby that was found outside by the dumpster. And I'm gonna ask you guys right quick while I have a chance to ask you guys, how do you feel about that? Anybody who want to come in the chat room, or anybody on Instagram on YouTube that just want to chat with me live right now, talk about how you feel about this issue. Do you have any comments? Do you have any things you want to know? I just put up the post of the story on my website right now, so you can go check it out. It's going to be at the bottom of the description too. It's going to be on the left side. You can go down to the bottom of the stream and leave your comments and everything like that. So how do you feel about this, people? I'm asking you guys because I know you guys wanted to talk to me. If you have anything about any story that I did this week, or any other story I did this past week, or whatever you want me to talk about, today is your day. If you feel like calling in, you can call in. The number to call in is 504-289-5057. I'm sorry, 58. And another number to call in on, you can call in on the Talk Blogs line. That one is 646-668-2676. You can call in on that number. I'm just going to give you some more news coming out of New Orleans right now. Breaking news that a Metairie man was found dead laying in his car today. Was shot to death in his car. The 35-year-old Kevin Wheeler was found shot in his car at 1:00 in the morning. 1:00 a.m. this morning in the 100 block of Landry in Metairie. No details have been discovered yet on this story, but more details will be coming to you later on in your 4 o'clock news. So it's going to be on the 4 o'clock news for people in Louisiana and New Orleans who want to know what happened with that. We have another thing. A church pastor was arrested and is going to be suspecting to child rape and sexual battery of a 13-year-old, and a 15-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Wow. The 56 Sherman Smith, the 56th Reverend, was booked into New Orleans Parish Police Department Wednesday at 11:09 a.m. and he's facing child abuse and rape and sexual battery and molesting of a juvenile, possession of a person with mental issues, and disabled, 2 counts of inappropriate behavior with a juvenile. Smith was taken into custody in Algiers, and where he's later being arraigned. His bond is set at $180,000. That's how much his bond is set at, folks. His church is located in the 5,000 block of Harvey Drive in Harvey. The church folks at his church is not giving a comment to what happened on this. And this is a church pastor, a reverend at the church in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is one of the things why a lot of folks that I know don't go to church, because a lot of these things happen at the church, and they want these pastors to tell us about certain things in the church, and they want us to believe these things that they want us to believe about God, and these things, and the pastor's not even following the rules. You know what I'm saying? They're not even doing They try to make us fear God. They try to make us feel like if you don't do this, if you don't come to church, if you don't give tithes, if you don't do this, and they're the main ones fucking young kids, touching young kids, abusing people, sleeping with other men's wives, shooting up churches. They had a pastor in Detroit killed the guy in his own church. You know what I mean? They had another pastor in Atlanta was getting ready for church, and somebody broke in on him, somebody giving him oral sex in his church, in his office. Another pastor in Chicago who was running a strip club out of his church. So these pastors, and they mostly black pastors, these black pastors and pastors around the world, white pastors, all Catholic pastors, whatever, Jews pastors, they all making God out of being a mockery of God. They making God look foolish in the church house. You know what I'm saying? They tell us one thing and then they do another thing. You know, it's so hard to believe now. Who could you believe? It's not even safe to go to church no more. 9 people got killed in Charlotte at church, you know, including a pastor. You get killed at high schools. You get killed on a playground. You get killed in college. The safest places, you get killed in your own house. So where can you go, folks? You know what I'm saying? Where can you go to have peace? You can't even have peace in your own house. And now you can't even have peace in God's house. So what can you go? And these pastors, and in a story, they have another story that's separate to this that's hitting, that this is not the first time this pastor being accused of this. It's the 3rd time he's been accused of sexual assaulting a minor, a juvenile. But his church is not going to get closed. His church is still going to remain. His name might be ruined. His image might be ruined. But the church is going to stand. The people inside the church is going to stand up for him. Because why? We believe that what our parents have told us, thou who without sin throw the first stone. If I might be saying it wrong, I'm sorry. But though without sin throw the first stone. I think that's how it goes. Who without sin throw the first stone. And everybody going to be like, in that church, we all sin. We all don't do things. So you know what? They're going to rally over him. They're going to try to get him out of jail. He might get out. His church members might bind him out. But that's not going to stop his behavior. He's going to go back and do it again. So I want to give y'all guys that story. We have another story coming from LaPlace. A man was shot dead. A man was shot to death early Monday morning. This happened Monday morning in LaPlace. And no leads on that either. So you have people dying every day, folks. What I want you guys to do, if you really believe in Christ, I want you guys to go repent to God. Ask God for forgiveness like I am. Ask God to help you out. Ask God to give you some strength, because the world is getting badder and badder. It's not getting any good. It's not getting any good for nobody. And I just want you guys to know, man, whatever you did in life, don't let what you did in life back then keep you from making something good about your life now. Don't hurt yourself. Don't try to kill yourself over something that you did in the past. And I'm telling you right now, because I know God have did it for me. God have raised me. God have changed me. He forgave me for what I've done, for the things that I did. I want you guys to understand He will do the same for you. He do the same for you, for anybody else who's gone through anything, battling with anything. Because He's real. It might be sometimes I might not believe in it, some of the things that go on, but it's because of the things that we see. How can you believe in Christ if all you see is our pastors and people who we look up to doing these bad things? Kirk Franklin came out, said he had a porn addiction. Then another pastor that we looked up to said this. Then they say Donnie McKirkin was gay. All these people that we look up to who say these things, and they say that God doesn't like these, and they doing the things that they say God don't like. So you gotta look for your own way, man. You have to look for your own way. Don't listen to what your parents or your grandparents and everybody else have told you, because that still is a slave mentality that we go by. And if you still believe in that, that means you are lost. Look for your own way, because the thing you can do is blind sheep. You can blind that sheep, and when that sheep find out what you feeding him is not what he supposed to be eating, because if a blind sheep is blind, how he know what you feeding him is right? You know what I'm saying? So you could be feeding him cornmeal, and he supposed to be eating berries or something, and he gets sick off. How he gonna know what you feeding him? Because he's a blind sheep. So this is what our pastors are doing to us. They blinding us with the word by telling us this and this and this, and the God don't do this, you gonna do that. But at the end of the day is you have to look for yourself. Go read, go search, go look in the libraries and look for one of the oldest Bibles. Go look it up online. I don't think you can get them now. I think it's like a lot of money to get one. And I think they only have like 7 left in the world. Like one of them's in Africa, one of them's in China, one of them's in Brazil, one of them's in somewhere in the U.S. But they only have one in the U.S. That's it. And try to see if you can get a copy of it or print it up on the internet or something. And look what God put in the Bible when he first made the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And even God needed help. So stop thinking you could do it on your own, because you can't do it on your own. It took him 7 days to make this world. 6 days to make this world. And on the 7th day, he rested. So if that's saying God has been as powerful as he is, it took him 6 days to make this world. And it's taken us 1 day to destroy it. And it took him he needed 1 day just to rest. Stop going at it alone. You don't need to fight your battles alone. You don't need to fight your struggles alone. You have people out here that can help you. But we so used to people laughing, telling people about us, being mean, not understanding our problems, that it's to the point that we feel like we don't need nobody's help. We're going to go at it alone. But that's why you, the way you are, struggling, feeling like you feel. And I didn't want to take this whole subject, this whole topic on this, because I want to get to some of your questions before I go to work. So I just want to let you guys know that he is real, and try to get somebody to help you with your words. And if you need somebody like me, you need some. I don't know a lot about God, but I'm willing to learn. You know what I mean? I'm willing to get back in that field of that. So if you want to call me, we can even go on the phone and talk about it. We can get on the phone and talk about it. But one of the biggest things I want you guys to know is that he do love you. He have something bigger for you. He have something better for you. Don't give up. If you're struggling, if you gay and you want to tell somebody, that's your key. Believe in what you want to do. If you're struggling with gayness, if you're struggling with race, if you're struggling with how you look, self-esteem issues, anything like that, come out. Ask somebody to help you. Because one of the things you can't come back from is killing yourself. Thank you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the comments right quick that people left on that topic. And once I read you the comments that people left just now, I'm going to go ahead into my closing show. And like I said, man, we have a live show tonight. I have planning on having my sister Pamela come on today. She's going to be coming on tonight. Hopefully she's up to doing it. My little cousin Daniel supposed to be coming on today, and I have another person by the name of Diamond that I'm gonna call or kind of reach out to and try to see if she want to come on tonight. Anybody who wants to come on my show, all you have to do is leave me an inbox on my Facebook, text me on any one of my social media networks. At the bottom below, it's gonna have on this side of the stream, it's gonna have either where you can contact me at the bottom of the stream, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, anything like that. You can go to the bottom of the stream on this side at the bottom and leave all the way at the bottom and leave a comment telling me that you want to be a guest on the show. If you want to be a guest on the show or my wife's show, let me know for that matter. So we're going to wait into the comments. Let's go to Facebook. It's like Facebook has been lighting up all day. This one is coming from a friend of mine on Facebook. Her name is Lily. Lily wanted to say that she's very proud of. Oh, this is my old boss, folks. So if you don't know the relationship that me and Lily has, this is my old boss in Lafayette. She wanted to say that she's really proud of me, what I'm doing, what I have became, and what I've been doing lately with my show. And she just wanted to say that keep up the good work. And she's proud of me. Thank you. Proud of myself too. Thank you. Let's go to, this is Jalen said, hold on. Okay. Jalen said he wanted to tell me he seen the video of the pastor this morning on the news, and he was so hurt because he goes to this church. He goes to this church. He said he went to this church, and hey, Jalen, if you want to come on the show, man, and talk to me tonight, the number is going to be at the bottom of the stream. I'm gonna put the numbers at the top of the stream today for you guys, so you can see him. If you want to come on, Jalen, and talk to me about how he was as a pastor, and your things, that whatever you talk to him about, anything that you talk to him about that you think that he lied to you about, whatever he mislead you on, you can come on my show tonight. The show is gonna start at 10 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock p.m. Gonna run for like maybe an hour or two. So tune in, man. But he said he felt like he was just misjudged. He said he felt like he was just misjudged from the pastor, because when he came to the pastor with a tough topic and a tough thing he needed to tell the pastor, because he looked it up to the pastor, his pastor basically looked down on him and told him that he couldn't do that in a way. So basically when he came to the pastor, told the pastor was that he needed to tell him something that he couldn't tell anybody else. And the pastor basically looked down on him. He goes to say that now this comes out, it makes me sick to my stomach that I even gave this guy the benefit of the doubt to give him my information. I never told anybody. I never told my parents. I never told my wife that I had this issue that I felt in my stomach. And I just feel so hurt that a man that I looked up to for all these years can do things like this. I let this man be around my 3 daughters. Wow. And I feel your anger, man. You let this man be around your 3 daughters. And I just wanted to say, man, I feel like we need to stand up in the black community. And we need to stand up in the black community and stop listening to what our parents have told us. Like you say, there's a slave mentality that we've been putting in our kids for so long, that even me as a parent, and being how old I am, I'm going to give you a little bit of background of me. I'm 28. I have 2 little girls. One of them is not my little girl. One of them is my sister's baby, but my sister died a couple of years back before Katrina. So I'm taking care of my sister's baby, my niece, but she's mine at heart. I'm from New Orleans. I was born and raised here. My wife was born and raised in England and moved to Louisiana when she was 21. She's been here ever since. We stay in Harvey in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we go to this church. My mother and my grandmother are still alive, and they still go to this church. I feel so ashamed because I passed down my grandmother's and my mother's ways to my children. I don't even let my kids watch TV without me looking at it first. I got to the point that I was being a strict parent to my kids, that my sister's baby, being that my niece, rebelled against me and had sexual relations with a guy, out of spite of me being too strict. Then after that, I turned to my wife and turned to my pastor, and my pastor told me what to do, and I took that into action. Now, after seeing that this came about, it's really shocking that I even took any of this guy's advice. We need to start standing up to people in this community, in our black community, and fight back. And I appreciate you guys from coming on, man, and telling me that about your story, man. And I appreciate you guys I appreciate you, Jaden, from letting me put that out here to the world. Because like a lot of folks don't understand, our black pastors and our black parents and our parents, period, has told us out the years that we need to do certain things. That God don't agree with this, God don't agree with that. So, you know, and it makes you feel like, damn, like, God don't agree with it. I'm going to go to hell. Something's going to happen to me because I'm not supposed to do it, obviously, because God doesn't believe in that. But it's all false, man. God said he forgives you for everything, for anything. All you have to do is ask him for forgiveness. That's not meaning keep going back and doing the same thing, but you have to, as we are humans. He wouldn't have gave us that right. He wouldn't have gave us that right as for free will if he didn't want us to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't have said, okay, I'm going to give y'all free will to see if y'all want to be here. Man, I'm sorry, folks. Again, my cousin called me and it messed up the video. Yesterday's episode, she gathered a lot from what I was saying about the walk for raise money. She said she's a single parent. She goes to her second job where she works from 10 at night until 8 o'clock in the morning. She only sees her son. She says she only sees her son 3 nights and 2 days out of the week. She says she works in Atlanta and she's really struggling to get by. She has a accounting job at a law firm that she works at, and she has another job that she delivers mail for the mail service. Not for the mail, for the UPS service out there, I guess. She does that. She said when she gets off of the other job, she works that night at the mailing service at the place. And by the time she gets off from doing that, she only have a couple of hours to spend with her son. She said her mother watches her son the days that she's working, and she's only off on Sundays. She wanted to know that she wanted to tell me that she went to her walk for to raise the money, a pay raise in Atlanta yesterday. It was a great outcome. Alright, thank you, Brittany, from sending me those words. Anybody out there who want to send me anything about the walk for the raise money, anything you want to talk to me about, you can send it to me at the bottom of the stream or at the top of the stream. You can text me, anything like that. Let me know how you feel. This was the Listen Out the Radio. I appreciate you guys for watching me, checking me out today. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Keep God first. And pray. And, man, just try to maintain life, man. Try to make the life as best as you can, because life is short and we only have it for a little while, man. Anybody, like I said, anybody who want to become a moderator for my show or any show that I'm about to do in the future, let me know. So you go ahead and set you guys up with a password. So I can go ahead and set you guys up with a password and a username for the website. On Friday's show, we're going to do a morning show, and it's going to be like 20 minutes long, and that's going to go on Facebook and YouTube. And after that, I'm not going to do another video until probably about Sunday night. Hopefully I can get in contact with Tommy if he's not busy, and we'll be able to link up together on that show. Talk about that issue that he wanted to talk about with schools, about the fights in the schools. So check him out Monday through Friday too. And his new show is called TNT Raw News Live. Check him out. And you already know my new show coming out, Listen Doctor Reviews. I already got some people lined up to do some reviews on some things. So that's another thing I got to you guys. I'm about to start bringing y'all some reviews. So anything you want me to review, anything like shoes, whatever, anything you want me to review, you can send it to me at my address at the bottom below, or email me from my address, and I'll give guys where you can send it at. Alright, thank you guys for watching me. This is Listen Out Radio. If it cut off on you in a minute like earlier, if it cut off, the video will be back up. So if you didn't hear anything I just said, it's going to be up there. But check you guys out. Love you guys. Keep me posted with anything y'all want me to talk about, any stories y'all want me to talk about. Alright. Hold on.